Business and Bourbon. From Business and Bourbon, I am Ronell Richards, and this is Day Drinking, your daily dose of business motivation, inspiration, and education. A bite-sized version of Business and Bourbon wisdom to help you on your journey to personal and professional success.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Day Drinking Podcast. I am Martin Stark, your guest host, speaking to you from Sydney, Australia. Ask yourself, what does the word courage mean to you? Is it something other people do, you do some of the time, or all of the time? For me, it is a word I have tattooed on my back and has made the single biggest difference to my happiness in life and enabled me to be more successful. But it's something I did not fully embrace until I decided to listen to what other people were telling me. I did not realise how courageous I had been over the last 14 years. In 2006, I had gallstones blocking my liver. A procedure to remove some of the stones almost cost me my life. Dye seeped into my pancreas, and within a few short hours I had developed severe acute pancreatitis, septic shock, had collapsed lungs, requiring me to be admitted to intensive care, where I was placed in an induced coma, ventilated, and had a tracheotomy. The courage of other people, the doctors, nurses, friends, family, and my husband helped me get through one of the most difficult periods in my life. A few months later, I was diagnosed with the rare autoimmune condition Addison's disease. It is something JFK had, one of the most courageous presidents in US history. Over the last 14 years, I have had 4 major surgeries and admitted to hospital 70 times. Sometimes I've had a severe acute Addisonian crisis, which has almost killed me. But I have courageously faced this, but I did not realise that. For me, courage was a process I had to go through. So how do you embrace courage? How do you face fears? For me, I follow a 4-step process. The first thing is that I understand, what am I passionate about? What is it something I really want to do? When I develop my passion, I have the energy to go and do something. And it takes the next step, which is action. I decide to do something. I invest my time, energy, I find a way forward. From that passion creates action. Now, I used to have imposter syndrome. I was a terrible perfectionist. I could never reach my own standard. And with that, I had part-time confidence. But with passion and action, I start doing something and it has a cascading effect. I become more confident. And when I have confidence, I deliver excellence. So for me, courage is a 4-step process I refer to as PACE. Turn your passion into action, it creates confidence and excellence. I no longer see fear as something to avoid. Fear is a great source of information. It tells me how I feel. It tells me what I need to do to overcome my fear. How about you? Are you courageous? What steps do you take to achieve in life, to get through difficult challenges? I tell you, when you embrace courage, it is one of the biggest things that will make you successful, and it will help other people around you to become successful. Last year, I decided to conquer one of my biggest fears, which was touching a snake. I went to a wildlife park in Sydney. Within 30 minutes of walking around this park, there was a python on the floor. My goodness, I've had terrible fears of snakes. The handler picked up the snake and placed it around my arm. I was fearful, but I was so pleased I conquered my fear of snakes. With courage, you can do anything you set your mind to do. So, if you're listening to this today, think about what you fear and be courageous and go and conquer it, because you can achieve anything you want to achieve. Speak to you again soon. Cheers.
Thank you for listening to Day Drinking by Business and Bourbon. If you enjoyed our show, you can support it by rating us 5 stars and reviewing on Apple or your favorite podcast platform. Hey, I'd also like to invite you to join our movement to combat entrepreneur porn. You can do that by signing up for a free membership on the Business and Bourbon Network. You'll have access to exclusive content and forums where you can collaborate and uncover new business opportunities, jobs, investors, and further your business education. You can sign up at businessandbourbon.net. Again, that's businessandbourbon.net. Thank you for listening, and remember, your success is based on the little things you do each day, not the massive actions. Go out and execute the little things with discipline and consistency, and you'll be a winner in life and business.